Shalom, friends. Today is day 400 of my reserve duty Army service. It's also video 400. I've done a video every single day for the last 400 days. It's also the memorial of Kristallnacht. Do you remember the night of the broken glass when the Nazis just torched synagogues, burned books, a pogrom by the Nazis? And we're still reeling, of course, from what happened with these pro-anarchist, Islamo-fascist radical jihadists who tore apart the city of Amsterdam and the Jewish community, who were just going to watch a soccer game and cheer on those soccer fans. It's also the very same city where Anne Frank was once hiding from these very pogrom-type horrors. Same country where Corrie ten Boom, have you heard of her? She hid Jewish people in her hiding place in that very country. Just because they were Jewish people would come through that hiding place and hide from hate, from darkness. And once more, we see this dark anti-Semitism right in Europe. It's troubling, deeply troubling. Brazenly just running over Jewish people with their cars, with throwing them in the train tracks, beating them unconscious. Some are missing, and just make no mistake, there's a real tipping point here in the world. A great statement was made by the President of the United States, and he said the anti-Semitic attacks on the soccer fans, these Israeli soccer fans, in Amsterdam is despicable, and it's an echo of dark moments in history where the Jews were persecuted. And he said, we'll be in touch with the Dutch officials and the Dutch authorities and make sure that they hold the perpetrators accountable, and we must relentlessly fight anti-Semitism wherever it emerges. President Trump, president-elect, he declared that we have to have a decisive victory. Decisive victory. He's getting in office early in January. We have to have a decisive victory, he said, against Hezbollah in Lebanon, against the Houthis in Yemen, against the Shiites in Iraq, against the Hamas in Gaza, because this is a message to the world. And some are calling this anti-Semitic attack a pogrom, because they're just innocently watching a soccer game and a mob of people armed with knives, clubs, just beating people senseless, and then no one was responding on time. And I know many are in hiding right now. Jewish people are in hiding or have come back to Israel already. Israel media says, we haven't seen anything like this in Europe since the 1930s. People's trauma. Some of the Holocaust survivors, my friend was just talking about how the Holocaust survivors feel just living under rocket attacks, living under these kind of things happening. And many of them will remember, stuff like the night of the broken glass. And, I don't want to talk about that because that's today. We remember when 200 synagogues, 7,000 Jewish-owned businesses were destroyed, books were burnt. And it was just a really, really, really horrible time. I like with Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte, he posted and he said it's completely unacceptable to have this go on, attacking our guests. The foreign minister, Gideon Saar, is flying to the Netherlands right now to handle the crisis. I'm so glad that we have the Aliyah Return Center Netherlands. Check it out on the link. Aliyah Return Center Netherlands, they pray for Israel, they help, they send volunteers. They're wonderful. And so there's been a very beautiful statement put out by the Aliyah Return Center Netherlands saying they condemn these attacks. And we're going to see people arise. When the darkness is strong, the good guys, the light shines even brighter in darkness. And so, Israel's getting a boost from Donald Trump, and he's saying, look, I'm going to back you guys. I want to make sure that your enemies know. Iran, he said about Iran, he said, I'm going to isolate them diplomatically and weaken them so much economically, they won't be able to fund the violence and the hate that they're promoting to the Houthis in Yemen, the Hamas, the Hezbollah, the proxies in Iraq and Syria, all around the world. But I just want to take a minute, day 400 for me, and I just want to remember Kristallnacht. You got about 1,000 synagogues destroyed, burned, damaged all through Germany and Austria. Vandalism of Jewish businesses. It was actually more than 7,000. I think it was like 7,500 businesses. And how many people? 91 people were killed today in 1938. Back then, homes were destroyed. Cemeteries were defaced with swastikas. I mean, this is talking in 1938, right? Police were instructed not to do anything. That's very interesting. Instructed not to do anything. Firefighters were ordered not to put out the fires on the synagogue. Let them burn. Let them burn. That's just what a strange order, right? They confiscated the insurance payments. Nazis, of course, wouldn't pay for when they claimed insurance and said, my building got torched. Jewish community was fined. After we were attacked, we were fined 1 billion Reichmarks for the program, to pay for the program, to pay for everything to get fixed. And so many Jewish books were burnt, and many glass windows were broken. That's why it's Kristallnacht, the night of the broken glass. People were beaten up, and it was just such a horrible day. And I want us to look back and remember that it could happen. I mean, and look at what did happen. Vandalism of the property. Look what did happen with physical assaults. People getting beaten senseless. No police coming and helping. Look what happened. Were they arrested? I know there was a call to arrest some of these thugs. How many were arrested? I don't know. My challenge to us all is, friends, let's be sure right now that we stand strong against this kind of anti-Semitism. Let's make sure that we don't allow any of these lies, any of this hate to destroy our countries. And let's stand strong together. And I'm going to say a verse of the Bible over us all. How's it going? Isaiah 41. Fear not, for I am with you. Don't be dismayed. I'm your God. I will strengthen you. I'll help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. All those who are incensed against you, like those in Amsterdam, those who strive against you will be as nothing, and they will perish. And you will seek those, verse 12, you will seek those who contend with you. You're not going to find them. Those who war against you will be as nothing. I will hold your right hand. Fear not, I am the one who helps you.